Alrighty. Again, thank you guys so much for coming. Welcome to Hatha Breath class. This is primarily about breathwork techniques. However, we use some asana at the beginning to warm up the body, loosen up, and then we can come into sitting and learn the breathing techniques. I have two sets of instructions to do in this class, but I'll give the first one now, and then we'll go into some asana practice first. So I wanted to bring some context into practice. Hatha, the word Hatha yoga. And what is Hatha? What does that mean? Basically, you have two parts of the word, Ha and Tha, and there's two interpretations of this. But one is that the Ha is the sun side, right? Sun, and Tha represents the moon. And so correlating that to our own bodies, we have the left and the right side. And so the left side would be the moon side, Tha, and the Ha would be the right side, or the sun side, Ha. And so the practice of Hatha is uniting these two sides together, and obviously they correlate to the right and left hemispheres of the brain. So when we have unification, we're able to one way to look at this is we live our lives on a plane, an electromagnetic spectrum of Ha and Tha, right? So we have the right side of our nervous system and the left side of our nervous system in play in our outer world all the time, right? One is outgoing energy, one is incoming energy. One is the moon side, Tha, is mentality. And Ha, on the sun side, is vitality, like physical energy, right? So we bring these two together into a unification, we can come into meditation, the ultimate goal of yoga. Another interpretation of Hatha is strong, vigorous, really strong, right? So it takes a lot of discipline to reach the goal of yoga. So we use Hatha. And so let us begin our practice. We're going to do a short asana practice and warm up. And so I like to start out standing since we have a kind of a short class. So standing at the front of the mat, we're going to do one slow round of Surya Namaskar. And we'll take it breath by breath, 2 breaths per posture, so we can really feel into each posture and not get left behind. So standing at the front of the mat with the knuckles of your big toes touching and your heels out slightly. And then you can begin with bringing your hands together at the heart. I'm just going to begin with one Om. Feel free to join me. Inhaling into the heart. And then on exhale, just release your arms to your sides. Feeling grounded in connection through your feet to the floor. Then as you inhale, rising up, lifting the arms above, slight back bend, opening the front of the body. And then as you exhale, hinging at the hips, swan diving forward. And you can release the back and the head towards the floor. Now as you inhale, rise up halfway. You can have your hands on the front of your shins. Aim out the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, release back down. Now as you inhale, step the left foot straight back behind you, and then drop your knee, coming into a low lunge. You can also flatten the foot behind you. Taking 2 full breath cycles here to really get into this stretch. Last full breath. And then as you exhale, bring the right foot straight back behind you, coming into a plank position. Now here, feeling into the stability of this posture, weight evenly distributed. Take one full breath. And then on your exhale, you're going to glide down, dropping to knees, chest, and chin on the floor. The pelvis is lifted slightly. Now as you inhale, drop the pelvis and scoop the torso up and back, opening through the chest into your cobra. And now take one more breath here, holding this posture. And then make sure your shoulders are going down and back, opening through the chest. Now tuck the toes and come all the way up into downward dog, exhaling. And take a moment to rest in this posture, breathing slowly and steadily. Also, make sure that your neck is relaxed and your head is hanging. And you can gaze calmly between your legs. Now at the end of the exhale, step the left foot forward, inhaling and dropping the knee, back knee, flattening the foot, low lunge. 2 full breaths, enjoying this nice stretch. Now in these asymmetrical postures, we are working on each side of the body individually. Again, opening our energy flow on each side, the ha and ta. Now as you exhale, step your right foot forward, coming into your forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhaling, rising halfway, extending through the crown of the head. Exhale, release the back once more. And then as you inhale, rise all the way back up, reaching high, slight back bend. And then exhale, drawing the hands down the center line. Now just take a moment here. Let your breath catch back up if it needs to. Check in with your body, your energy field. Grounding down through the feet. And we'll continue into the next, or half, the last half of Surya Namaskar. Inhaling now from the feet up into the heart. Exhale, releasing the arms to the sides. Inhale, rising, reaching high, even up on the toes if you can. Exhale, swan diving forward. Releasing down. Inhale, rise halfway. Flat back. Exhale, release. Okay, now inhaling, bring your right foot back this time. Drop the knee, flatten the foot. 2 full, long breaths. Now, as you exhale, plant the hands, bring the left foot straight back, coming into your plank. Inhaling, holding this posture steady, feeling balanced and stable. Now on your next exhale, dropping down knees, chest, and chin. And then as you inhale, scooping the torso up and back into cobra. Expanding through the chest. One more breath here, holding. You might feel some heat into the arms. And then tucking the toes, exhaling, coming into downward dog. Hold for one more breath. Relaxing the neck. Lengthening through the spine and the shoulders. Now on your next inhale, step the right foot forward into your low lunge. Drop the back knee, flatten the foot. And again, 2 breaths. As you exhale, stepping the left foot forward, forward fold at the front. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, releasing downwards. And inhale, rising all the way back up. Reaching high, up on the toes if you can. And then exhale, hands together at the heart. Taking a moment, letting your breath catch back up. Tuning in, feeling your whole body. A couple more postures. So the next one, warrior one. So step your right foot straight back, and then having it at a 45-degree angle, and your front foot pointed straight forward. Now make sure that your hips are relatively forward, facing the front of the mat. Okay, so then bend your front knee, making sure that it's hovering over the foot. And then you can bring your arms up, reaching high, opening the front side of the body. Now what we're going to do is, as we exhale, straighten the front leg, and then reach over the front leg, coming into Parsvottanasana. Now you can rest your hands right on your shin. And what we're going to do is inhale, coming up with a flat back, aiming through the crown of the head. Exhale, releasing back down. Then inhale, coming all the way up into warrior two, or warrior one. Deep inhale, you can hold at the top. And then exhale, reaching again forward, Parsvottanasana. Do this twice. Inhaling, rising about halfway, flat back. Exhale, releasing forward over the front leg. Once more, inhaling halfway, up. Exhale, releasing even more. Alrighty, inhale, rising all the way, warrior one. And stepping forward to the front. Excellent. Check in for just a moment. See if you can feel a difference from the left and right side of the body. All right, stepping the left foot back to warrior one. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Hips are facing forward. And then you can bend the front knee, raising the arms, coming up into warrior one. Straightening the front leg, exhaling as you reach over the front leg. And then inhaling, rising halfway. Lengthening the back of the neck. And then exhaling, releasing down over the leg once more. Inhale, rising, bending the front knee, warrior one. And again, exhale, hinging forward, releasing the back first. Inhale, rising, straight back. Exhale, releasing back down. One more inhale, rising up halfway. And exhale, releasing down. And inhale, rising all the way to warrior one. Good stretch. Full inhale. And then exhale, stepping forward. Coming into symmetry. Noticing again the right and left side of the body. All right. So, I do want to fit this in. So we're going to step the right foot back one more time into warrior two. So this time having the back foot at a 90-degree angle. And your hips will follow the direction of the mat. And then bending your front knee, Dropping down into warrior two. So having your hips parallel to the mat, more or less. Yes. Finding your stability in this posture, both feet planted firmly on the floor, and then extending your arms parallel to the mat as well, and gazing calmly, steadily over the front fingertips. Dropping down even more if you feel like you can. You should start to feel a little bit of heat in your thigh. So we're just going to do a short vinyasa here. As you inhale, drop the front arm onto the thigh and reach the arm, extending the whole side body. And then as you exhale, coming back to neutral, and then inhaling, reverse warrior, stretching the left side body. Exhale, coming to neutral. We're going to do one more flow, inhaling. Exhaling, back to neutral. And then reverse warrior, inhaling. Exhale, and you can step forward to the front. And again, you can see that we are going from side to side on the body, opening and loosening up the energy channels. Now stepping the left foot straight back, coming into warrior two. Finding your balance. Yes, perfect. Bending the front knee. Awesome. And then extending the arms. Warrior two. Calm gaze over the front fingertips. Steady, poised as if for battle. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, dropping the front arm onto the thigh, reaching with the left arm, opening the side body. Exhale back to neutral. And inhale, reverse warrior. Exhaling neutral, inhaling forward. Exhaling neutral, and once more back. Back to warrior two, and then stepping forward to the front. Beautiful. You guys are all doing so well. It's like you've practiced yoga before. Okay. We're going to begin to bring ourselves down to the mat. First, begin with an inhale, rising up. Just going to forward fold. Exhale, swan dive. You can feel the back neutralizing in the symmetrical posture. Take a moment here just to hang the head. Take a few breaths, allowing your back to release. And then you can step one foot at a time back, coming to hands and knees. And exhaling, dropping all the way down into child's pose. And resting your forehead right between the eyes on the mat, gently. And just relaxing for a moment, release the breath. Finding balance, finding peace. Now feel each breath expanding the lower back. Alrighty, inhaling, rising up to table. And then walking the knees forward towards the front of the mat. And then we're just going to bring ourselves all the way back to laying on our back, supine position. A few moments here. A couple more postures. Let your body adjust for a few moments, feeling the effects of gravity, finding relaxation. And the next posture we're going to do is bridge pose. So making sure that your feet are planted flat on the floor, knees face towards the ceiling. And your feet are about hip width apart, right by your hips. So as you inhale, push your feet into the floor, raising your hips, arcing the back, opening the chest. And then exhale, allow your spine to roll down slowly all the way to the base. And again, inhale, rising. And exhale, rolling down. Now, this next one you can also add in the arms as you inhale. You can bring them up overhead and back behind you. And then just the reverse, exhaling, rolling down, floating the arms down by your sides. Now one more just like this. Inhale, rising. Exhale, floating back down. All right. Now grab hold of the knees, coming into Apanasana, squeezing the knees in towards your chest. You can even wrap your whole arms around them, giving yourself a great giant hug. And here you can also rock back and forth, side to side. Just a real slight massage on the floor. Now take one more deep breath in, really squeezing, feeling the pressure. And then exhale as you release and your feet come back to the floor. Release the breath for a moment. All right, now to transfer up to sitting. So grab hold of your knees once more. You can just use the leverage to pull yourself all the way up to sitting. And then finding a comfortable spot to sit for the rest of the class. You can choose to sit on a bolster if that's more comfortable. Yes, you remembered. We are going to need those. So I like to sit on a bolster. So let your body adjust to the seated posture just for a moment here. And then I'll go into my second set of instructions. So for this breathwork technique, we're going to use a very strong yogic breath. And it's in its beginner form. This breath is known as Bhastrika Pranayama, or bellows breath. And so it's happening all through the nose. And since it is vigorous, you might need to blow your nose before we do the breath. So if you feel like you have some congestion or something to get out, then feel free to grab a tissue before we start. So we're going to do something fun and interesting in this class. And we're going to need a few tools before we embark on the journey. So there's about there's 3 tools. I think 3 or 4. So the first one that we're going to want to know is Jalandhara Bandha. And this is a really simple position of the neck that we're going to use when we're holding the breath in. And we'll practice it. But it's really where, at the top of the inhale, you tuck the chin so that it comes towards the chest. And that is called the throat lock, or the Jalandhara Bandha. So we're going to practice this once or twice with an inhale. So first, just breathe in fully. And once you reach the top, hold the breath and then tuck the chin towards the chest. Very simple. This is Jalandhara Bandha. And then release. I'm going to do one more time. So inhaling fully. Tucking the chin. Holding at the top. You can almost feel your chest raising so it's kind of meeting your chin. You can arc the back slightly to bring the chest up. Then release. Release Jalandhara, release the breath. Beautiful. So that's tool number 1. The other tool we're going to use is Ujjayi breath. And Ujjayi is a sound that we make by partially constricting the throat as we breathe. And we apply it to both the inhales and the exhales. So we're just going to practice this real quick. So as you inhale, see if you can create a wind-like sound with the breath. And as you exhale as well. And you can hear the steady flow of each moment of the breath. Very good. That's tool number 2. Now we're going to combine the 2 real quick. So inhale with Ujjayi. Hold at the top and then tuck the chin for Jalandhara Bandha. Hold for a couple seconds and then release. Beautiful. That's right, there was a few more. So 2 more tools. And this is why this is going to be a very interesting class. So the other tool is, we've actually already done it. So it's with Jalandhara Bandha. And that's where you're holding the breath with full lungs, right? And that is called Antar Kumbhaka. So there's 2 types of Kumbhaka that I'm going to give you for this practice. And that's one at the top, which we have already done with Jalandhara Bandha. And so let's breathe all the way in. Hold at the top, tuck the chin. This is Antar Kumbhaka. Now exhale, let the breath flowing out. And then when you reach the bottom, hold the breath. And this is a breath hold without the breath, or with all the breath out. And this is Baya Kumbhaka. And then release, coming into natural breathing. All right. So just a short review. We got Ujjayi breath, which is the sound of the breath, smooth and even. We have Jalandhara Bandha, which is the hold at the top with the chin tucking. Then we have Antar Kumbhaka, which is holding the breath at the top. And Baya Kumbhaka, which is holding the breath out. So we're going to use these tools in this breath practice of strong yogic breathing. So to begin, just close your eyes, find yourself in this present moment. Find your meditative posture. Notice your natural state of breathing in this moment. And become aware of your nose and your nasal cavity. And see if you can notice if the breath is flowing more in one nostril and less in the other, or if it's completely balanced. And real quick, I just want to check how many of you are experiencing more openness in the left nostril. Okay, 3 of you, nice, okay. So the left nostril is the Ida side, or the moon side, the Ta. How many of you are experiencing more openness in the right nostril? Couple, all right. That is the Pingala side, that is the sun side, or the vital side, vital energy side. And then how many of you are experiencing evenness in both? Excellent. So we got all of it. Great. All right. So wherever you find yourself, it's all good. We can still do this breathwork practice. Ultimately, in our practice of yoga, the more consistent we are, the longer our yoga asana sessions, we can create evenness in both nostrils, which is very effective when we come to breathwork and meditation. Alrighty. So this breath is called Bhastrika, or bellows breath, and it is a full yogic breath using the fullness of the lungs, and it is quite strong, and so I want to caution you on, if you feel any discomfort at all, just relax a little bit as you're breathing. Also want to caution you if you there's some contraindications. If you just had like surgery or any painful accident involving your spine or your neck or your brain, then definitely just relax and do slow, long breathing. Also, if you suffer from narcolepsy, definitely relax. So with that, we're going to begin. We do 3 rounds, and each round we're going to do 10 breaths. And each breath is going to be about 2 seconds long. So 1 second inhale, 1 second exhales. And then in between each round, we're going to relax, let everything settle, come into a balance before we go into the next round. Feeling the breath moving in the belly. Now as you exhale, contract the abdomen so all the breath goes out. Inhale fully. Beginning. Three more if you can. Last one. Now exhale all the way out and then hold. Baya Kumbhaka. Cultivate stillness. Notice the activation of energy. A little bit of vibration is okay. A lot of vibration, like you're going to pass out, you want to definitely relax on the breathing. So when you notice the impulse to breathe, just release the Kumbhaka hold and then just come into natural breathing. Letting everything settle. This breath riles a lot of energy up, opens and activates our nervous systems, and so the real important part is to come into this state of stillness, letting everything relax and integrate. Now, begin to very slightly start to increase the depth of the breath using Ujjayi. A nice, deep, relaxing breath. Let the sound calm your mind, focus your mind. Feel your body, your energy, intending balance, both left and right. Now once you reach the bottom of your exhale, you're going to inhale slowly and fully using Ujjayi, all the way to the top. And then Jalandhara Bandha, tucking the chin, holding the breath, Antar Kumbhaka. feel the sense of expansion through the heart into the rest of the body. And then we're going to release the breath, release Jalandhara, and again, natural breathing. Very good. Going to move into round 2 if it feels all right. Otherwise, just stay with the nice, relaxing breath. Exhaling fully. Inhaling, begin 10 count. Three more. Last one. Exhale all the way out, holding the breath, Baya Kumbhaka. Finding stillness. Feeling the activation settle slowly. When you need to breathe, release the hold. Allow your breath to flow naturally. And then begin slowly deepening your breath with Ujjayi pranayama. Letting the sound concentrate to your mind. Using only the effort it takes to create a smooth stream of breath. And now for the full inhale and Antar Kumbhaka. Holding at the top, feeling the expansive quality of the inhale breath, tucking the chin. For a few seconds, and then when you feel ready, then exhale and release, grounding back down. Now I see that we are approaching the end of our 40 minutes, so I am just going to keep it at 2 rounds today. But just before we transition out of our practice, I want us to really just find ourselves in this stillness and feeling the breath as it is, completely uncontrolled, completely free to express in each moment exactly how it wants to express. So letting your breath inform you how to reach a place of deeper relaxation. You're finding a place where you don't have to be or do anything other than as you are. Noticing the very subtle quality of the breath. Sometimes the breath might even stop for a few moments. And if it does, this state of the breath is also known as Kevala Kumbhaka. And this is a completely natural hold of the breath that happens on its own. All right. So to transition out of our meditation, of course, if you're practicing on your own or with this video at another time, you can increase the length of your meditation here on the breath. So to transition out, feel free to bring your hands together at your heart. And I'm going to do 3 long Oms, so feel free to join me if you wish. Inhaling now. And just bowing forward, acknowledging the infinite within each of us, and releasing the practice. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all for showing up on the remote.